Here's a few pitchers I look to buy before the AllStar break. And tomorrow, the first guy, Bryce Elder of the Atlanta Braves. So Bryce Elder, he's been a solid pitcher this season for the Atlanta Braves. And pretty much last year, he got a cup of coffee and he was decent. But now this year, he's taking it to a new level. Even though over the last month of the season, teams are starting to figure him out a little bit on the year. 106 innings, 7-2 record, 80 Ks, a 2.97 ERA, 1.20 whip, and 11 quality starts in the last month of the season. Like I said, the numbers not all that impressive, but when you have an offense and the best team in the league backing you, age 29 innings, 3-1 record, 15 Ks, a 3.72 ERA, a 1.24 whip, and 4 quality starts. Elder, he's going out there, and he's been pitching good baseball. Like I said, he's had a couple hiccups here and there, but after getting bombed by the Tampa Bay Rays in his last outing before the break, he's a guy you can get on a little bit of a discount. You're still going to have to pay a decent price, I believe, for Elder. But like I said, coming off a bad outing where he got roughed up in that one, I think you could get him on a little bit of a cheap deal. June 27th versus the Twins, 6 innings, got the win. 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks, a quality start. July 3rd at the Guardians, 6 2/3, got the win. 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, a K, quality start. And July 9th at the Rays, like I mentioned, 3 1/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks. So right there, he was batting practice in this ball game at Tampa. And the Braves here, like I said, best team in the league right now. And off that bad outing, maybe you could buy him on a little bit of a cheap deal with Elder, because I like the way he's pitching. He gets a lot of ground balls, and he just eats innings as well. But the only downside for him, obviously, the strikeout rate isn't even a strikeout an inning. But besides that, he's definitely a pitcher that you want on your fantasy team here for the second half of the year. Next pitcher is Julio Urias of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Dodgers, their pitching staff has been up and down the whole season with injuries and just bad performances. So on the year for Urias, who was an early round pick, 4th, 5th round in most leagues, he was banged up as well coming back a couple weeks ago. 64 1/3, 6-5 record, 63 Ks, a 4.76 ERA, a 1.18 whip, and 6 quality starts. So Urias, like I said, he was out for a little bit with a hamstring injury, but even before that, the numbers haven't been great. And he's been giving up a lot of home runs as well this season. But I think in the second half, we usually see this Dodger team turn things up, and that's what's going to happen. And now with the extra few days off once again here for Urias, I think he's going to get going. His next outing is tomorrow when play resumes at the New York Mets, where they've been a hit or miss offense this season. But the last few outings for Urias, one good outing versus the Pirates, who we know is a hitting team that don't hit lefties well this season. May 18th at the Cardinals, 3 innings, got the loss. 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, a K. July 1st at the Royals, 3 innings, got the loss. 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. And then, like I said, July 6th, he turned it around versus the Pirates. 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. But still, Urias, he hasn't lived up to his ADP in drafts this season. So right now, I know he's coming off a good outing. Owners might not want to trade him away, but still, the numbers haven't been there. And I think you can still buy him on a little bit of a cheap deal. And like I said, he's got a pretty decent matchup coming up at the New York Mets, where their offense doesn't hit lefties well either. So right now, if you want to get him before the break here, this is the time to get him this week. The next pitcher is his teammate, Tony Gonsolin of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mentioned Gonsolin as a buy last week, and I'm going to mention once again the last month of the season. He's been one of the worst pitchers in the league. On the year, 67 2/3, 5-3 record, 54 Ks, a 3.86 ERA, 1.12 whip, and 3 quality starts. With the last month, 27 innings, 2-2 record, 24 Ks, a 6.33 ERA, 1.33 whip, and a quality start. So Gonsolin last season, he had an amazing season, 16-1 with a 2.14 ERA. But this season, injuries have caught up to him a little bit, I believe. Maybe going deep into ball games last season and pitching a career high in innings scored up to him. And right now, he just hasn't been good here as Gonsolin. A few games here for him. June 25th versus the Astros, 5 innings in that one. 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 3 Ks. July 2nd at the Royals, 3 2/3, got the loss. 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks. And then July 7th versus a good Angel offense, he bounced back in that one. 6 2/3, got the win. 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 Ks. But still the ERA almost to 7 on the month here for Gonsolin. A lot of people disappointed, obviously, figuring they were going to get the top of the rotation type of player after their fantasy draft. But like I said, that hasn't been the case here. But like I said, with Urias, Dodgers are a second half team. And I think this break is going to help him. And Gonsolin, I think, is a talented pitcher, where last season was a little bit fluky. but not totally fluky, where this season he's been batting practice over the last couple months. So right now, well, he hasn't really done much besides that Angel game. He's a perfect pitcher I look to buy this week. The next pitcher is Eduardo Rodriguez of the Detroit Tigers. So Rodriguez, he was on some tear before he went on the injured list with the finger issue. And on the season for Rodriguez, 71 and 2/3, 4-5 record, 74 Ks, a .64 ERA, a 1 WHIP, and 6 quality starts. But in his return off the injured list, it was a bad outing here for Rodriguez. And he's a guy that we know it's been up and downs throughout his career. A few years ago, had a great year with the Red Sox. And in the last couple seasons, he really didn't do much until this year. Had a great performance. So right now, Rodriguez, like I said, he was pitching great baseball in the early part of the season, April and early May, and then a couple decent outings and struggling outings, and then went on the injured list for a month and a half, and now he's back, and he got wrecked by the Oakland A's, who obviously are the worst team in baseball. May 23rd at the Royals, 5 innings, got the loss. 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks. May 28th versus the White Sox, 6 innings in that one, no decision. 5 hits, a run, 2 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. And July 5th versus Oakland in that one, like I mentioned, in his return, 4 innings, got the loss. 6 hits, 5 runs, 7 Ks. So after that bad outing for Rodriguez, and obviously he missed a month of the season with the injury, he's a guy I definitely will go out there and try to buy this week because he was pitching great baseball for this Tiger team. I know this Tiger team's not going to get him a lot of run support this season, obviously. Here's Rodriguez, but he plays in a division in the AL Central where there's not great hitting teams. So right now, I think he could get going on those matchups is Rodriguez. And like I said, missing the 5 weeks of the season and coming off a bad outing versus the worst team in the league, this is a perfect time to buy him this week. In the 5th and final pitcher I look to buy and trade for here is Hunter Brown of the Houston Astros. So Hunter Brown, one of the top prospects in Major League Baseball last season, and he was great in the minor leagues, in the minor pitcher of the year, but this year it's been a mixed bag of results. 94 innings, 6-6 record, 111 Ks, 4.12 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP, and 8 quality starts. But the last month of the season, it's gone in the other direction for Brown. 25 and 2/3, 1-3 record, 32 Ks, 5.26 ERA, a 1.64 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So right now, Hunter Brown, I think this All-Star break is going to help him out a lot to get rejuvenated and get rest. Because remember, in the minor leagues, some of these players, they only pitch 100 innings maybe, most of these guys here. Don't need a lot of innings. They just pitch 5-6 innings at best usually in the minor leagues here, these pitches over the last few seasons, that they could save them for the major leagues. But anyway, the last few outings here for Brown versus Texas, 4 innings, got the loss, 10 hits, 3 runs, 6 Ks. And then July 7th versus the Mariners, 3 innings, got the loss, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 8 Ks. So right now the strikeout rate is still great here for Hunter Brown. He's getting swings and misses with this Houston Astros team, but he's just not going deep into games, and control definitely has been an issue walking the ballpark a little bit over the last few weeks here. But like I said, this All-Star break could help Hunter Brown out right now for this Houston Astros team, and I think he can help fantasy owners. So right now, over the last month, while he really hasn't done much, here's Hunter Brown. This is a time to buy him low because I know Houston's been a second-half team and make good runs, obviously, in the second half of the season. And Hunter Brown, it's a guy they're going to have to count on as well with all the injuries in the rotation. When Lance McCullers out for the season, Luis Garcia out for the season, and Jose Urquidy's still not back from injury, but hopefully we'll be back in mid-August. A few pitchers I look to buy and trade for here as the All-Star break ends tomorrow for the fantasy baseball season.